Hi guys, it's been a while since I put anything up on YouTube, but I thought I'd take this opportunity, since I've been getting a lot of interest in my tow drone army, to put a bit more of a detailed video up. So here we go. Here's the group shot of the army as it stands today. Most of it's painted. There's a few bits that need doing. So I'm just going to show you an overview first, and then I'll go into each individual unit one by one and hopefully give a bit more information. So at the front we've got the 4 units of fire warriors, or fire drones as I call them. Not sure if this will come out in the video, but as you can see here, they've each got set markings on the left hand side there. So we've got number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. And at the front here we have the squad leaders. I've added a small sensor array on the top there with an antenna. That represents either a black sun filter, which is very useful in 6 these days with the night fighting, or it could be the marker lights as well. As you can see there, we've got all 4 of those. So that denotes the difference between the squad and their squad leader. So each one of these has its base magnetised. So there's 48 of these, which means that there's going on 100 magnets just in those 4 squads there. Next up are the battle suits, the staple of any tow army. This one here is the commander. Now there are several parts which are magnetised on this. Of course it's magnetised to the base. And I've also got 4 points around the model which are also magnetised. So these small sponsons on the side. There's one underneath the nose there, and then there's the one on the top which can either be used to denote what the battle suit's used for. So in this instance I put a nice big flashy one on top there, and that denotes that that's the commander of the army. And of course he's got the special war gear on the sides there. But you can also, in the case of, if I just get one of the ones from the back here, see here we've got dual flamethrower, again both removable, and they also fit on the bottom there. So you could have 3 weapons on here, no problem at all. And on the top here we've got a targeting array, which again just magnetises on the top there. A little bit more work done to these since the last time you saw them. The main difference is that they've been painted with the set markings, and they've also had a small vent put there which just fills in more of the bland space. Of course the base for these models was the Remora stealth fighter drone from Forge World, and of course there was a little bit of work that needed doing. I needed to adjust the edges here, which usually accept the wings, and then I had to file some stuff down in order to get the magnets in, and I had to take the 2 big jets off the side and make that rounded on the top there. So these edges here, these edges here would not normally be round on the original model, so that took a bit of work. And then there was of course the filling in of the fronts under there, which again, there's supposed to be some Seeker missiles in there, but of course I didn't want those being used, so I've covered them up and put a bit more detail on there. Right, so next up is the broadside drone, which of course takes the place of the broadside battlesuit. For this one I've used the Forge World, the resin fine cast broadside upgrade along with the Remora, and basically added in the guns where the missiles would normally be. And of course there's no rocket packs on the back there, which sort of goes towards suggesting that they can't fly, which goes along with the fluff as well. Again, magnetised on the smart missile systems. So if you wanted to run what's called a plasma side, you can just put one of the plasma rifles on the side there. So I've got 2 of these at the moment, fairly simple to do, again magnetised to its base. So last in line with the conversions is the stealth suit, which of course I'm calling the stealth drone. As you can see, it's magnetised to its base, and again, if I've got the right one, the weapon is magnetised to the side as well. So that just, when I get it right, that just clips onto the side there. For this one, all I've used is the centre bit there is a Forge World heavy gun drone, so that makes up the sensor array in the middle there. And then on top and bottom we've just got two normal drones, a normal antenna, and then I've used the actual guns. So everything in this army has the official guns on it to make it official, same as the official size bases. And so it's completely WYSIWYG, except for, of course, the fact that there's no legs in the army. So we've got that on there. Okay, and I've got 3 of those, as you can see over there. Right, now we move on to the sniper drone team. Now this is actually an official, well, these were originally drones from Games Workshop, but I must admit I wasn't too keen on the models themselves, and I needed to make a spotter for them anyway. So we'll start with the spotter. What I've used here is a technical drone from Forge World, and then because it needs to be low, because the official model is low, that's just magnetised with just one magnet onto the top there. Again, in with the normal colours. The idea here is that all those sensors on the front there will provide the marker light which the spotting team need. Now for the individual models, what I did is, as you can see there, I used some antennas on the bottom, just a normal drone on the top, and then I carefully chopped off the gun from the resin Pathfinder kit and attached it to the back and front there, which makes the full model there. I think it looks fairly good. I actually prefer it to the original design that Games Workshop came out with, mainly because the rail rifle actually looks like the rail rifle's supposed to. Let me know what you think about that. Of course, I'm biased because I made them, but I definitely think it's an improvement. If not perfect, but it's on the way there. Moving quickly on to one of my most recent conversions. This one isn't finished at all. This is the Remora. Sorry, this is the Tetra conversion that I've done. So essentially, what it is I've used a Forge World Tetra, which has had the compartment for the troops removed, as you can see there, and that's been replaced with the back end of one of the drones, the Remora drones. This time I've kept the jets on there. So of course this is a fast skimmer, so all of that adds up to it looking like it can go pretty fast. And of course it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of jets on the back there. I left out the backs of the Seeker missiles because that would have just been a little too much, I think. I actually had to shorten this piece a little because it did actually come out to sort of over here, which looked a bit daft. And of course I needed to keep the turret for the marker lights in its standard place. This one isn't finished being painting, as you can probably tell, but it's definitely a work in progress. But I'm pretty happy with the way that came out, and it seems to work well on the table as a table. And last but not least, we have the Hammerhead or Devilfish tanks. And the reason I say that is because these are completely magnetised. That's the main reason I'm showing them on this video, really, because otherwise they are just standard Tau tanks. So first off, you have the weapon magnetised, so that can come off. So you can replace that with the alternative weapon. And then, of course, the turret can come off completely. And then it's starting to look a bit more like the Devilfish there. So again, we have these side turrets, which of course where the drones go for the Devilfish, and they are magnetised as well. So the barrels clip onto there, and of course because we need one of these barrels for the Devilfish, the sensor array pops off the front there, and the barrel just pops nicely on there. So one last thing to do to turn this into a Devilfish, and that is to give it its drones. So first one, and There's the other. I've recently been working with light effects, as you can probably see in the engines there. Not sure if I'm 100% with them, but they seem to work quite well, give a nice effect. The fronts look quite good, and the rears there, I don't know if you can see that. Just trying to give it the impression of it glowing from the inside. Again, still very much a work in progress, these guys. The magnetisation is all done, but the paint job is nowhere near finished, and they still need a lot of work. So there you have it, the whirlwind tour of the tow drone army. Again, if anyone's got any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer.